2021 is officially halfway over. 2021 is going a lot better than 2020. You know, things are starting to ramp down a little bit and it's getting amazing, vaccines, all of those many things. But yeah, we're talking about today is the mid-year book freakout tag. I do this tag every single year. A lot of people do because it's a great tag to do. It's to check in of what you've read this year, what you've liked, what you didn't like, the number, things like that. And I always have a great time doing it. And I always have a great time looking back on my previous year. So I've done this like 4 or 5 times at least. So I'll link them all down below in case you want to see my previous year. So as far as stats go, I am kind of filming this a little bit in advance because that's what I have to do right now because of life. But I believe I'll probably have read close to 50 books halfway through the year, which I am okay with. I do not think I'm going to get 100 books this year at all, which I think I read over 100 last year, but I'm happy with it. I'm good with it. I don't know my most read genre, but if I would have to guess, it would be romance, probably followed by thrillers or YA contemporary. So nothing new there. Let's get into it. Best book you've read so far in 2021. So this is, I feel like I compare every reading year lately to my reading year of 2000. Was it 18 or 19? That was like my best reading year ever. I read like so many amazing books. And since then, I haven't read like, it hasn't been like that strong of a reading year for me. So for this question, like the best book, I'm like, oh, it's hard. I have to really honestly think about it. I have given some books a 5-star, yes, but which one has been my ultimate favorite? I think for that, I would have to go, if I'm honest, Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think everyone and their mother's probably going to put this on their favorite as well. Don't mean to me. I don't, you know, it is what it is. I've liked Taylor Jenkins Reid. You guys know this. I've given like every one of her books a 5-star. So, I mean, right now, this is my favorite book of the year so far, but I do think it could be knocked down. Like, I think I remember previous years where I've talked about a book and I'm like, this is like, ain't nothing gonna top this. Something could top this. I will say that. Best sequel you've read so far. Oh, you know what I don't read a lot nowadays? Are sequels. I think I've read 2 sequels this year. I read A Quart of Silver Flames. That's not one of them. Oh, I do know of one. Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson's the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's a YA mystery thriller. I enjoyed it. It's a good time, so this counts. So yay, I have an actual answer for this one. I'm genuinely surprised. A new release you haven't read yet but want to. Do we have time for this? Because I got a lot. I have 4 that I've picked out because, you know, why not? Last Chance Books by Kelsey Roadkey. This is a YA contemporary. I don't know why the dust jack is off. I just bought it recently. It came out in May, so that's a recent release that I have not read. Another one is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manasala. This is like a cozy mystery. I've heard amazing things about it. Came out this year. Still need to read it. Another one, Makeup Breakup by Lily Menon. She's also known as Sanya Menon, who writes a lot of YA contemporaries. This one came out in February, I think. Still haven't read it. I'm horrible. And the last one, Finlay Donovan is Killing It, a mystery by Ellie Cosmano. I believe this is, I don't know if it's a cozy mystery or just a mystery in general. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, so I finally bought it and I need to read it. So obviously I'm behind on my reading game. What else is new? Most anticipated release for second half of the year. Oh, funnily enough, I just actually finished my script for all of my fall books because I'm pre-filming a lot because baby's coming. There's a lot, honestly. There's one called The X-Hex that sounds really, really good. It just looks exciting to me. There's a lot of other romances that are coming out that I'm very excited for. Oh, I think one that's really I'm excited for is The History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. This is her adult like mystery thriller. The cover looks good. The synopsis looks good. It comes out in December and I just got approved for an e-arc of it, so hopefully I'll read it soon. Biggest disappointment, I think for me, I know this is gonna be hard. A Quart of Silver Flames. Gosh, I keep saying a quarter. I don't know why. By Sarah J. Maas. This is the, I don't even know what you call this, the 4th book in the ACOTAR series. I liked it. What am I trying to say here? Ugh, I didn't do a review on it because I just didn't want to, I don't want to bash it, but I felt like it wasn't pointless, but I don't think it was fully necessary. There, I'll say that. Nesta made a lot of redemption, which is great, but do I still like her? but do I like her? I don't know, you know, and I felt like they had this whole big plot in this book, this big mission that they had to do. I don't want to spoil anything. And it just was totally thrown to the wayside. And I'm like, why would we spend so much time on this? And it's not even like it was resolved in a matter of like a couple of pages. Like I was like, that's kind of pointless to me. So I don't know. It just wasn't, I wouldn't say it was like a huge disappointment, but I just wanted more. But then again, I got what I expected because I'm not a big Nesta fan, and I get that she has gone through a lot, things like that, and she did make some redemption, but overall, I still just don't enjoy her character. Please tell me I'm not alone. Please tell me I'm not a huge horrible person. Next up is Biggest Surprise. Hands down, that has to go to Float Plan by Trish Dollar. I've talked about this a lot. This is an adult romance that's very, very sad. I went into it expecting it to be like a summer beach light read. It's not. It's definitely a lot about grief and things like that, but it surprised me by how much I loved it and how much it stuck with me. Really thoroughly loved it. Favorite new author, debut, or new to you? And I looked back over this year and I haven't read a ton of new authors, which is very, very shameful. So I'm trying to make up for that in the second half of the year. So I don't have an answer for this one. I'm horrible. Newest fictional crush? I never know. I mean, it could be any one of the guys from any romance books I've read, probably, honestly. I don't have like one clear-cut favorite that I just thoroughly loved, sadly. Maybe Dom from the X Talk. He was kind of cool. I like him. Maybe that would be fine. Newest favorite character. I do have one for that. Eve Brown, of course. Any of the Brown sisters are going to be my favorite characters. They're just amazing through and through. Book that made you cry. This one definitely made me cry. Another one that kind of made me cry, I'm not gonna lie to you. Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. I shed a couple tears while reading this because she loves to kick you in the freaking gut. Book that made you happy. Very Sincerely Yours by Carrie Winfrey. It's like an adult You've Got Mail. It's super cheesy, super generic, but it was super cute and it made me so happy. Like I loved it completely. Most beautiful book you've bought this year or received? Ooh, that's a great question. So this is the problem with e-reading a lot. I am mostly primarily an e-reader now because of just multiple reasons, and I will probably continue even more so as the year goes on, gonna be an e-reader. So that's the problem with e-reading, is you don't have a ton of like physical beautiful books in front of you, because I know if I would look at my e-reader right now and like just look at the covers, I probably could pick some of that, but I'm picking some physical ones because why not? Number one, The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. The cover is really pretty, but that's not my favorite part of it. My favorite part of it is, look how stunning this is. Like, it's got flowers and butterflies and just even, it's beautiful. Like, I would just probably display this just as the hardback. Like, it is a stunning cover. I hope to read this soon, but I hope to read a lot of books soon, but so don't ever listen to me. I wanted to say, like, take my word for it, like Reading Rainbow, but obviously you can't, 'cause I'm behind on reading. Another one I just bought recently is The Kitchen Front by Jennifer Ryan. This is like set in World War II. This is set in World War II, and it's like a baking competition. I just love kind of the old school cover of it. Kind of looks like an old cookbook, especially with the gingham right here. It's really pretty. And then the last one is a Book of the Month book that I like. Oh, it's so pretty. The Last Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Like, this is a stunning cover. I don't know if it has a, nope, just generic. But either way, it's beautiful. The last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So many. So I've talked to you guys a lot, and I'm sorry, I will continue to talk to you a lot in case you don't watch all my videos, which is totally understandable, that I am trying to read all, like, as much as I can up till the end of August. So if you don't know, I'm expecting my second child at the very beginning of September, maybe at the end of August. We'll have to see what they decide to do. But I'm trying to read all that I can before then, because I know when I had my first child, Noah, I read nothing for like 3 months, and it could be different this time around. It totally could. I could just be able to be back on the wagon because I've done this before, but it's been so long. It's almost been like 7 years. So I'm just trying to prepare myself for not reading at all. And you know, it's going to be hard for me, honestly, because I do consider this kind of my job. You know, it's my hobby, but it's also my job. So I'm trying to read everything I can. By that, I mean I'm trying to read all of the summer releases and then all of the fall releases that I'm interested in that I am able to get arcs and copies of. I'm trying to read them now because I don't think I'll read them anytime after September. Does that make any sense? So those are the books I'm trying to read. Like the book that you see in my most anticipated summer releases video and my most anticipated fall releases videos, those are the ones I'm really focusing on because I just really want to read them. And I want to be able to recommend them to you even, you know, after I go on my maternity leave because I am pre-filming a lot. I want to recommend you some. So those are the books I'm focusing on. Do I think it's possible and feasible to do them all? I don't know. It's going to be so hard for me if I can't finish them because I'll just internally beat myself up, which is my own problem. But I'm going to try my best. But ugh, it's a lot of books. But either way, of course, that was the mid-year book Freakout tag, a tag I love doing every single year, and I just have a great time doing it. Again, if you want to do this tag, all the questions will be down below. Let me know how you've done this year so far. Are you happy with your reading progress? Not? What's been your favorite book and what's been your least favorite book? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Thank you.